Good morning, Wazzy. Good morning, Sir D. Wazzy, what are you doing first one in the door? Billy D. Marky Z. Good morning, Danny Carnivorous Carniverton. Good morning. Yeah, we worked that out. I figured it out. I'll have those out today, bro. Both boxes. Thank you. Good morning, HB. The generous one. HB. You guys can rename him the generous one whenever you want. Good morning, Mellow. I always think yellow when I say mellow. Shroom Digger and Zozo. Good morning, Siley Pumbaa. Siley Pumbaa. Good morning. The kitty cat. Meow. Zilla. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Where's Brian? I didn't see Brian. Good morning, Corey. Buenos dias. Feliz viernes. Happy Friday. Good morning. Must love. Nerds. Good morning. I know I'm missing some people as they fly by here. I'm sorry. I don't mean to miss people. Shroom Digger. Good morning. Free. Good morning, Free. Today is Herbie's birthday. We're waiting for him to show up here. Herbie von Werby Cabroken Furby Kabop is his full name. It's really Herbie von Kenobi, but it's Herbie von Kirby Broken Furby Kabop. That's going to be his real name today. Good morning. Good morning, Joe D's. What do you think about that, Joe? It was a nice box, wasn't it? It was a nice box. Good morning. That was a fun box to put together. I had to go order special Roxanne Merrill. Good morning, Roxanne. I see you, Roxanne. We give chocolate donuts to people that are new here. Jesus Christ in Australia. Oh my God, put the razor away. Jesus Christ. Must love. Raining quite a bit here this morning. Compared to yesterday morning, it was a bright, shiny day this morning. Rupp won't even go outside. Okay? Rupp won't even leave. He's like, yeah, never mind. I'll hold it. It's like, no, you're not holding it. Get out there. Oh, Jesus Christ expecting a newbie to send him a card. Oh, gosh. You're crazy, dude. You are crazy, man. Good morning. Good morning. I see everybody here this morning with my Hobo Kelly glasses. 29 people, 16 likes. Kimberly, Vagey. Yeah, he goes to the door. He just sees raindrops coming down. He says, never mind. And he tries to go back to his bed. And I'm like, dude, you were the one that was bugging me to go out. So you're going. No, don't put me out there. My dog hates water. Like rivers, creeks, anywhere around. He likes to be on the boat, but not in the water. He hates water. Crazy kid. Hates the water, hates the snow. He's like, but I was born in Southern California, man. I'm a surfer dude. Actually, as athletic as he is, he probably could have surfed. He probably could have been one of those dogs that you put on the end of your board. And he'd be out there with you. Mellow has one. The only water they like is in the bowl. Exactly. Or what's under the boat. Or what's under 37 and cloudy in Roxanne land. 37 and cloudy. Sounds like she's in one of the, I'm going to say northeast. That sounds northeastern state-ish. Good morning, Paige. Okay, let me do all messages again. There we go. There we go. Now I see everybody. It's funny I have to make that, I have to do that every day now. Why is that? Happy birthday, Herbie. Happy birthday, Herbie Von Orby Kabop. Yeah, Roxanne, I figured you out. We have quite a few people that subscribe here that live in New York. Herbs. How old do you guys think Herbie is? I didn't say how old does he look. Okay. Roxanne needs my info. Roxanne. Derek Anderson's going to write down my email address right underneath his name. His name's one of the ones in blue. He'll write down my email address, and that's where you write to. See it right there, Roxanne? It's under Derek Anderson 5150. He's one of our moderators here. And that address right there, that email address is how you reach out to me. Okay? So you get that message sent to me, and we'll figure something out for you. Laura, good morning. It's always divine when I see Laura. Classic too. Classic is classic. How old do you guys think Herbie is? I didn't say looks. Those are two separate categories altogether. He looks 31. Okay, but how old do you think he... Thank you, Roxanne. How old do you think Herbie is? You guys are going with... I see a lot of 52s. I see a 44. How old do you think he is? I see a 56. Kimberly knows stuff. Kimberly has it right. Herbie's 54 years, very young. I did too, Kim. That's how I knew the answer. That's how I knew. He looks great for 83. Joe Dees is giving a range. Joe, I didn't say give 3 numbers on one line. I didn't say that. Okay. 54 looks, could be 44. Roxanne, you're in the right age group. Carney's 54. Wow. All the handsome guys here are 54. That's crazy. How did that happen? How did that happen? All the handsome kids here are 54. Except for Billy D. Billy D's a handsome kid here, and he's like 55. Okay? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Jesus Christ, you're 12. Okay? Jesus Christ, you're not even a teenager yet. Okay? You're like 12, if you ask me. You're one of those, we say no one under 18 allowed here except for Jesus Christ. Okay. Vegas is going to be 56. Wow, we're all in the same age. Pops has got you all beat. Pretty much. Derek Anderson's 50. Oh, you would never guess that. You would never guess that. Okay. Jesus Christ is well over 2,000. Yeah, that could be. Historically speaking. Historically speaking. His problem is he has to divide his age up among 3 people. The Father, the Son, and in the Holy Ghost. Okay? 39. 56. 47. This is interesting to see your guys' ages. 50. Joe Jesus, approximately. Ignotus Blue. No, we're not bridges. We build bridges. We build bridges here, Tron. Ignato Blue. We build them. Okay? Huh. Arian Malik. What we're going to do is we're going to delete that message. We're not deleting you. Just that message. Okay? Most people don't start out when they meet somebody calling them an old man. I don't take it personal. I'm wondering why you find it necessary. That's all. We here, if you stick around here long enough, you find out we don't make disparaging remarks to each other. We don't talk about politics and religion. We don't talk about racist stuff. And we are always talking about how can we be kinder and more gentle and more generous people. So you'll get the hang of it if you stick around. Okay? We don't start out by name calling and being ageist. We just that's just not something we do here. So as a group, we sort of have a consensus, and we have a couple of moderators, and those moderators will say, you know what, that's an inappropriate comment. We're going to go ahead and delete that. Please don't take it personal, but understand that that's how we are. Okay? Cause Amarino. I'm not sure who you are or what your game is. I'm not sure. But you're coming across wrong. Okay, Cause I said so. All right? Seriously, we just want goodness and kindness shared here. And we don't mind hitting a delete button to keep it clean. Keep it kind. Speaking of kindness, C. Bradley, what's my channel all about? We talk about all kinds of stuff here, but we focus a lot on how psychedelics can help your mental health and wellness. And then we also talk about how to be better people on a day-to-day basis, practicing certain steps that we know work that'll make us a better person day by day. Okay? Speaking of generous people, I got a box in the mail from, I don't have it right here, but I got a box in the mail from Headbuster, HB. From Headbuster. Oh, Roxanne, that's kind of you. Headbuster. HB. He's giving Pops a chance to try Nutella for the first time. Remember last week I said I'd never tried Nutella before? HB sent Pops a big jar of Nutella. He also sent, what were those candies? Rocherets? A really good candy, the one with the crinkle wrap around them. Oh, I love them. I forget the name. So he sent me a box of those and some strawberry jam. Really, really kind. If the box was right here, I'd show it to you. Melissa, could I point the camera down just a bit? You're getting covered by the comments, and I see a ton of off wall above the map. So that's pointing the camera down. Rocher, thank you, Mark. That's pointing the camera down. Do you mean point it up? Would you prefer if I pointed it up? This way. You like that better? I can do that. Let me get something to hold the camera down. There we go. How's that? How's that? No, what the map is, it's the United States, but you're going to be seeing it backwards probably on your screen because of the reverse of the camera. So you're seeing it backwards. And then the pins in it are all either people that have visited the Mush Lab when we were active and teaching down there, and or gone to Mush Fests. Those are people from all around the United States, or there's an occasional one or two in there for something special that we did together. So I pinned the map. I should put some more pins on the map eventually. Excuse me. Clearly I'm coming down with another something. Darn it. I have a couple of very quick rando factos this morning. Let's see, what are the pins like in Georgia? Oh yeah. We got one in Macon and one in Marietta. One from Macon and one from Marietta. America's nuclear arsenal still runs off of 8-inch floppy disks. Can you believe that? No, Nippy, I haven't gone to the doctor. No. I'm going as soon as I get back from Thanksgiving. I'm going to have the big one. I'm going to go get... They're going to figure me out from top to bottom. I put it... any pins in the UP? Are there? Yeah. No. Not in the UP. Not in the UP. I've been to the UP 3 or 4 times. It's very nice up there. UP, for those of you who don't know, that's the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. That's the top part that touches Lake Superior. They even have like a different accent up there. The Oopers, we call them. Nerdy, most of you do have pins up there, I think. That's true. Okay, don't you know? You know what they have, though, is the best meat pies. Those pasties. Oh, my God. You go up there to be a Youper. Man, get yourself that. And they make great chocolate bars. Phenomenal chocolate. I don't know why. Be careful who you bully. Be careful who you bully. Why? Because you don't know what they're going to be or who they're going to be when they grow up. If you feel like bullying people, we don't do that here. We delete them. Billionaire Elon Musk was severely bullied throughout his childhood. Don't make this political, you guys. I don't care about your opinion about Elon. Billionaire Elon Musk was severely bullied throughout his childhood and was once hospitalized when a group of boys threw him down a flight of stairs and then beat him until he blacked out. Well, it looks like he's getting back at a lot of people. Okay? He's getting back at quite a few people. Yeah, oh boy, that's a guy. If I'd have bullied someone, I didn't bully people. I didn't. I looked around and I saw bullying, and I was the guy that would stop it. I'd step in. I was a little strong, a little bit of a fighter as a kid. And I was like, no, you don't bully on this playground, pal. You want to pick on him, you're going to go through me first. Well, what's he mean to you? Nothing. I'm just not going to let you push him around. Okay? I'd go home with a black eye and a cut. My dad wouldn't even ask what happened. My mom, what happened? I'm like, I'm not talking about it. The adorable platypus. Weirdest animal. One of the weirdest animals that ever lived. No, it's true, Nippy. I was like sort of an enforcer. But a good guy. That's why they made me student body president. What were you, Pops? Yeah. For a minute. The adorable platypus not only has venom, but he uses electric signals to locate objects underwater. And they have no nipples. No nipples. Using a milk-producing sac to feed the young. I only mention that because I can't wait to see Jesus Christ's. I can't wait to see what Jesus Christ has to say about that. Jesus Christ in Australia. Okay? The least racist countries in the world, according to surveys, the least racist countries, Herbie, that's true. Most bullies, I think, have terrible home lives. I think their male role model is probably a toxic one. Least, have a great day, nerdy. The least racist countries include the United States. As much as we talk about racism here, on a global scale, we don't rate that high in racism. Interesting. HB, go to your thing on the screen that says, what does it say? Chat viewing options. And you can hit talk chat, live chat, or none. And if you're on talk chat, you're only seeing certain chats. Okay? Thank you for taking care of Hippo Studio. Hey, it's true. We are fed so much by the media, so filled with negativity, because if it bleeds, it reads, or it leads. So they're always looking for the most negative stories. We're not as racist as most of the other countries. The least racist countries in the world: United States, Canada, Pakistan, Australia, the UK, Brazil, and Argentina are all your top ones. I must say I'm surprised Pakistan's in there, but it's not. I mean, it is. It's in the more tolerant group. The least racially tolerant countries, according to this same survey, guess. Top 2 are listed here. What are the least racially tolerant countries in the world? It's a pretty recent survey for you. Excuse me, pardon me. What are the least? Captain Obvious says, well, it's got to be an Asian country. What are the top 2? India, number 2. Now that kind of freaks me out because India's right next to Pakistan, right? Pakistan's racially tolerant, India not so much. So just because there's a line on the map, if I live on this side of the line, or I live on that side of the line, boy, are humans kooky. The least racially tolerant country, according to this survey, Jordan, Middle East. I kind of get that one. I bet you they're the least gender tolerant as well. Interesting stuff. Marijuana Moment. It's a kind of a magazine newsletter online. Article today. Major association of corporations including Coca-Cola, Nestle, and General Mills urge Congress to ban intoxicating hemp products. They're taking it backwards. These large corporations, they're lobbying Congress and saying, take back some of those bills that you guys passed, and then pass these new ones that are going to prohibit things. They want to take us backwards. A major trade association that counts among its members corporations such as Coca-Cola, General Mills, Kraft, Heinz, and Nestle is putting pressure on Congress to ban intoxicating hemp products. Some of this I'd never even heard of before. In a letter sent to House and Senate leadership, the Consumer Brands Association said it wants to close the so-called hemp loophole of the 2018 Farm Bill that legalized the crop closed. And to that end, the organization backed appropriations language to prohibit hemp products containing any quantifiable amount of THC. The proliferation of intoxicating cannabinoid products, including those that contain synthesized Delta 8 and Delta 10 THC, for example, have caused significant investigative and testing challenges, as well as unseen health and safety impacts. They can't test in many of these cases. If you've taken one of these products and you're pulled over for buzzed driving, and I wasn't drinking, but I did have one of these legal products, and they haven't standardized tests yet to determine what the level of it is in us, and nobody's standardized what's high driving and what's not. The definition did not take into account the possibility for addition of various isomers, which is a chemical variant with similar effects of THC, and the possibility of intoxicating hemp-derived beverages. This I didn't know. I didn't know this because I'm not really up there on the marijuana scene. I guess we now have a drink, almost like a Monster energy drink, that has hemp-derived THC in it. Okay? They say these products are being deliberately marketed in ways to confuse the consumer, featuring brightly colored packaging, cartoon imagery, and names that mimic candy or popular treats. Congress did not intend to create an unregulated market for intoxicating products that are not subject to Food and Drug Administration oversight. This is according to the letter that the organization sent to Congress. These products create risks for consumers who may falsely believe that they are reviewed and regulated for safety and purity. So I'm calling bullshit. I don't think Nestle's cares about my safety and whether or not what I'm taking is hemp safe or not. I think they want me to buy their product. I think Coca-Cola wants me to buy their product. And I think they see that there's a market building for products that are not their product. So here we go. Let's go outspend them. We're the biggest corporations in the world. And let's get them kicked out of the marketplace. And that's what's going on. There's one guy, one senator, that's saying, hold on a minute. Hold it. Others, such as Senator Rand Paul, got kind of a maverick, Republican out of Kentucky, have insisted that such a policy change would devastate the industry. And Paul said recently he'd go so far as to hold up large-scale spending legislation if a ban was kept intact. The senator also pushed back against the recent letter from the state and territory attorney generals who implored congressional leaders to fully prevent the marketing of intoxicating hemp products. Some of them came back from states that have completely legalized marijuana. And they're going to ban hemp? I mean, it's just so ridiculous, he said. So they prefer people to use a much higher dose of THC from cannabis than low-dose hemp products. It doesn't make sense anymore, said Rand. Little did I know, Target, they mention it here in this article. Target, about 6 months ago, started putting the drink with the hemp byproduct in it, and they actually sell it in their store. Target. Well, guess what? They're folding. They're like, oh, geez. We're going to get in trouble with this one. Pull it off the shelf. Just keep your eye out, you guys. Keep your eye out. Yesterday, I'm talking about, wow, we're this close to working towards legalization of psilocybin. And the very next day, I'm reading articles where they're trying to cut hemp. That's pretty unbelievable. Pretty unbelievable. By now, you've probably heard the terms set and setting tossed around. For the uninitiated, set refers to your internal set of mind, and setting refers to your external surroundings. What are we talking about, newbies? We're talking about when you're going to dose, when you're going to have a journey. Be very mindful of the set of your mind and setting where you are. A bad setting, for example, would be on an airplane. That's probably not where you want to be dosing. A bad set would be if you're angry at somebody. Well, damn it, I'm just going to go on a journey. That's a bad mindset to begin a journey. So you have to be extremely mindful of what is a good mindset and what is a good social set. And we've been talking about that and we coach about that. We've been hearing about it for years and it just makes amazing sense. Together, these two things are widely considered to be among the most influential factors determining the quality of a psychedelic experience. My best setting ever have been Mush Fests, where I'm around you guys, and a lot of you. That's when I've had my best experiences, personally. Alone, in a log cabin in the woods somewhere, hasn't been as good, and I tried that. I just like, you know what? I would really rather people be around. At least one or two. Perhaps a trip sitter. What's left is a powerful... Wait. Oh, let me go on with this real quick. And then we'll go back to set and setting. Okay? There you go, Niffy. That makes sense. Wait for it. Legal legal psychedelic mushrooms? How is that even possible? Legal psychedelic mushrooms. After years of selective breeding, Limitless, that's the name of the company, you guys can go look it up. Limitless, all one word. After years of selective breeding, Limitless created a mushroom strain with undetectable levels of psilocybin and psilocin. But all the secondary alkaloids that produce visuals, introspection, and euphoria remain intact. What's left is a powerful psychedelic experience that's 100% legal and lab tested. And yes, they have the lab results to prove it. And before you ask, no, there are no synthetic additives. Warning, these fungi are potent. Start low and test your sensitivity. It's an ad in Tricycle Newsletter today for a company called Limitless. I gotta look into that. I'm very just interested. What the heck's this new guy on the market? Okay. I wonder if I could clone one of their situations and try growing some myself. Depends on what you get as a product. Huh? Corey's like, yeah, whatever. Who knows? We gotta look into it. Could be. Practically every guide said your sense of safety when you're going to be on a journey, your sense of safety is non-negotiable. Here comes Kim's favorite name. Corey, I will. I'm going to look out into Limitless later today. And if I have to order something, I will. I'll get it here. And we'll figure out what's going on with that business. Okay? Herbie's already figured it out. Herbie's already done a chemical analysis on it. Happy birthday, Herbie. So, we always had set and setting. But this article is saying you should have a third S. And that's called safety. Set, setting, safety. Maybe safety should be first. Practically every guide said your sense of safety is non-negotiable. Summer McCool explains that a supportive set and setting begins with safety, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Choose an environment where you feel fully comfortable to let go. Push fast. And with people who honor your process and hold no judgmental space. You don't want to be sitting around a bunch of people that are judging you. Safety does more than comfort you, though. As Avery Collins explains, every journey begins with the nervous system. Choose a space where your body can soften. When your body registers safety, you can surrender more deeply to the experience. And it's not all about external factors either. Safety also comes from having confidence in your own internal resources. I would also add in the product, in your provider. Confidence in what you're using came from a qualified place. That's safety. Okay? Denise Rue shares that adequate preparation is an integral aspect of SET, including training in distress tolerance and emotional regulation skills that enable the client to ride the waves of discomfort that may arise. This is a big job of the facilitator. As you guys know, I'm studying facilitation right now, working towards a certificate. And that's one of the biggest things that we're learning, is how to aid somebody through their ups and downs. When the physical discomfort comes, do we restrain them? Do you stand back and leave them alone and watch them hit their head on a rock? It's incredibly important, if nothing else, that you're trained for yourself. Okay? Bradley Cook adds that practice with meditation is important for one's mindset. So is treating the experience with the reverence and the significance it deserves. About 3 years ago, I told you guys this once before, there was a guy that was reaching out and getting product. And then he'd write back, man, that was a 15-gram trip. Next week, that was a 20-gram, man. I was blasting off. And he kept giving me these reviews, and the amount that he was taking was drastic. Hearing about it scared the hell out of me. And I'm thinking to myself, in somewhat of a judgmental way, because I'm the provider. And I'm like working it out in my head. Dude, how ethical am I right now when I see this guy, and I don't know him very well. I just know the stuff he reports to me. It sounds like he's getting out of control. This guy's not using it for transcendental moments and healing and mental wellness. This guy's using it to see how big of a rocket ship he can ride. I don't want to be the fuel for that rocket ship. There's plenty of other people who will give you your fuel. Not me. Oh, I made an assumption for sure, Kim. Oh, 100%. And I told you I also judged. I'm not even saying I was right. Well, for me, I was right. I'm not gonna participate in that. I'm not. There's other people that will be happy to let you rocket ship yourself around. I like to know that people are being safe. I want to know that they're safe. I want to know that their settings are good. I have a shared responsibility in that. To a degree. Intention, not expectation. Intention Thank you, Headbuster. That's well said. And again, I completely admit to making an assumption there. 100%. It was based off of some pretty good information that I was receiving. And I'm not here to provide rocket fuel. I'm here to provide medicine. And if you feel like someone you're working with is, if I feel like someone I'm working with is handling things inappropriately, I have, for me, a moral obligation. For me. And I have to also work on them not taking me personal, because I'm sure the guy, after I shut down the supply chain, like, I'm the idiot. Okay. That's an opinion he can have. But for me, I'm the guy that did the right thing. Intention was a close runner-up in the set and setting power rankings. But as the guides consistently pointed out, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. An intention can ground you, but it's important to stay open to various outcomes. Louis Ballou advises, have a clear intention, but hold it lightly. A delicate balance indeed. Kiki Jacobson elaborates on the nuance. A supportive mindset might involve a clear intention without becoming psychologically inflexible with your expectation. Rather than controlling the experience, the goal is to orient it with care. Wallace Murray adds that intention gives the experience coherence, a through line that can help with meaningful making. Intention. What is the intention? What is? I'm not the judge all the time. I am, like, once in a while I jump into that seat when it just feels like I'm dealing with abuse. Even shrooms can be abused. Even shrooms can be abused. Give me 5 people that agree to that. Any of this stuff that is the nature has provided for us for our well-being can be abused. And the humans, we find a way, often we find a way to do that. We often find a way. Something so sacred, when we take the sacredness out of it, I would offer that if you feel like someone you're working with is abusing something that's as sacred as I think it is. I mean, I spend hours a day. Last night I didn't get home until 2 o'clock in the morning from being over at my grow house, working. Not really work, but because I don't think it's work. I'm dancing as I'm planting and as I'm sterilizing and as I'm making new bags and as I'm dancing. And my brain's in a beautiful place. So it's not so much work, but the time spent. And I don't do that so people can abuse it, abuse their bodies, abuse their minds, and not find the mindfulness in it. I allow myself to look at intention. I have a few friends here. Chronic pain they experience. Chronic pain. When I know that you're experiencing chronic pain, and that's one of the reasons that you're using psilocybin, which will convert to psilocin, and I know that because we've shared it with each other, I automatically say, you know what? This person is a regular user, not because they're just partying every week, but because it's a medicine that's working for them in their relief for chronic pain. So of course I don't cut that off. Of course. I find a way to make it cheaper for that person. Well, let me get you a little extra. This is working for you? This is efficacious? This is effective? That's what I love. Those are the people that deserve my 2 o'clock in the morning work. Cyber Jolie admits it. Those are the people you work with. No problem. And I don't count how much that's not what I do. But if I sniff abuse, I'm going to call it. Even if I'm wrong, they can find another source. Kiki Jacobson elaborates on the nuance. Oh, I read that. Ben Askin captures the spirit beauty. Remove distractions, add intention, and keep an exit for the ego if it panics. The perfect setting is one where nothing needs to be perfect for the truth to emerge. Mind your environment. Now let's address setting, your physical environment directly. Eliza Collins gets practical. Since psychedelics can create an intense sensory experience, I recommend being intentionally light and intentional with light, sound, and scent when preparing your setting. She suggests being able to adjust these three elements on the fly, since preferences can shift during the journey. Some volume control, some light control, dimming, brightening. Be in a setting where you might be able to adjust those things. Wow, I wish it was a little darker. The sun's shining right in your eyeball. Music came up as an especially important element. Here's another one, Kim. Carrie Rowe LaFrambeau recommends having a good music setup when you don't have to worry about changing songs, and that your playlist be a little longer than the planned duration of your journey, so you don't have to get up and change the CD. As Gerald Joseph notes, music can directly influence a psychedelic journey. So take great care when curating your playlist. Kendra Branch invites a few more considerations. Your space should be quiet, private, and energetically clean, and offer comfortable seating, soft lighting, blankets, and tissues. You might even include natural elements, plants, stones, fresh air, to anchor yourself. And since what's not present is equally important, she recommends removing all distractions. Ghastly's down with the blankets. She recommends removing all distractions, such as phones, harsh lights, loud sounds, and personal responsibilities, such as children, even pets. This is a big topic. We could devote a whole issue to any one of these elements. In fact, we already wrote one on curating your playlist and another one on adjusting your diet. And don't miss our deep dive on the role of scent. These are all 3 articles that they've posted. Suffice it to say, set and setting are multifaceted and endlessly nuanced. If there's a hill we're going to die on, though, it's this. Beyond cultivating that foundation of sense of safety, the most valuable quality you can bring to your mindset is curiosity. We talked about curiosity here recently. When you approach the experience with wonder rather than an agenda, you create space for insights you couldn't have predicted. And those are often the ones that are going to have the biggest impact. Come to think of it, that's probably a good philosophy for life in general, isn't it? That was Questions to Our Guides, Tricycle newsletter. Every Friday they put that out. Questions to Our Guides. That's why you hear some of the same guides being asked. We talked this week about gratitude. We talked this week about joy. We talked this week about happiness. Let's talk about calm for the next 10 minutes and we'll be done today. Brene Brown says, I define calm. I've led a very, going into the age of 60, a really hectic life. I was one of those guys that had to have 7 plates spinning, the juggling, 7 plates spinning, and add an 8th. And it's what I needed. My brain loved hectic. It truly did. I operated well in hectic situations. Running this business, taking that phone call, making this decision, doing multitasking at every level, maybe 2 jobs at the same time, back to back, few hours sleep, get up, like, man, I'm going to go. And a lot of my jobs included a great deal of customer service. Customer service. Now, people don't usually call customer service or have customer service issues. And I don't mean like the phone call. I mean my own company. You know, oh my God, they brought the wrong faucet. It's like the lady's world is going to come to an end because my plumber brought the wrong faucet to install. You know, I can go pick up the right faucet and be there in an hour. But the world's coming to an end right now. How do we deal with that? Customer service is one of the places that a brain like mine, I loved it. I loved the challenge of it. I loved meeting the person where they were and walking them off of the roof that they didn't even belong on. I'll tell one quick story. I was working for a company. I was the director of installation. All of the installers and all of the vans, there were like 40 vans, a fleet of vans. Every van had 2 installers in it. It was a company called Closet World. You guys have heard of California Closets. Closet World was one of the original closet companies out of Southern California. And this guy, Frank Malconian, really almost created the industry. Closet World still exists. And I was working for them as the director of installation, handling all the installations. And I had a group of people that took the phone calls. And this person, eventually, nobody, the original customer service person couldn't handle it. The assistant customer service manager couldn't handle it. The manager of the customer service department couldn't handle this. Finally, they're like, I want the boss. Well, besides me, the next guy up in the installation area is going to be the owner. Well, I'll be darned if a phone call ever gets past me to the owner. That's not going to happen. So now I get the phone call. What's going on with this lady? My installers had gone to her house, and well, first of all, I get the phone call. I'm on the phone with her, and she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Screaming! Oh my God! I saw it! She must have said I saw it about 10 times in a row. She goes, I saw it! Oh my God, I saw it! And I'm like, having to be calm. And I'm waiting to find out what it was that she saw. What could be so terrible that you saw something that has got you so worked up, you're ready, you're going to burst. You're going to have a brain aneurysm. I finally get her calmed down enough to explain to me what's going on. My installers had gone to her house, and they were loading the shelves and the panels and all these things in to the area that they're going to be installing a closet, custom closet for her. And one of the installers goes to the bathroom at the end, it's the second floor, goes to the bathroom at the end of the hall, and he's dumb enough. First of all, we have a policy you don't use a bathroom at a client's house unless they give you permission. That's just, we teach that in installation class. Okay? Or as you're introducing yourself to the client, you let them know I'm going to be here about 6 hours, this project. And if there is a need, is there a certain bathroom you would like us to use, Mrs. Jones? And Mrs. Jones would usually give you permission to use one of the bathrooms in the house. But we set that up ahead of time. Well, this installation crew skipped that point in the presentation when they got there. So now he goes to the end, he has to pee. He goes to the end of the hall, and he's dumb enough to not close the bathroom door. He's acting like he's peeing at home. Just as the lady walks up the stairs, And she's walking down the hall, and there my guy is peeing in her toilet, and she screams. He turns and points at her. So now he's sword fighting with her. She loses it. 100% gone. Kicks him out of the house. Kicks him off the driveway. Just lost it. She had a right. She had a right. Okay? Yeah, she saw his peep. I saw it. Okay? It's funny in retrospect. But as you're working with this lady, you're like, I could see where that would be disconcerting. I could also see where you wouldn't have to react as badly as you are, Mrs. Jones. But I don't tell her that. So eventually we work at, I don't know. My whole story is the different things that you run into. You have to look at it from their perspective. Not your business, not the installer. Well, he had to pee. What was he going to do, ma'am? And that's my background. Some of my background. Talking them off the roof. For good reasons and bad. And I love the challenge of that. Do I have enough information to freak out over this? The answer is normally no. Will freaking out help? The answer is always no. Always. Will freaking out help? No, it won't. I define calm as creating perspective and mindfulness while managing emotional reactivity. When I think about calm people, I think about people who can bring perspective to complicated situations and experience their feeling without reacting to heightened emotions. Pardon the pun, but imagine if I'd have gotten a pissing match with this lady over that. Look, lady, you're overreacting. She was. But that wasn't my job to tell her what she was doing. My job was to admit my installers were wrong. And also to try to save the account. It was like a $6,000 install. And we're kicked out. She's like never going to say another good thing about Closet World. Every rich lady in her neighborhood's going to like, no, don't use them. They'll molest you when they come in to do the closet. Okay? We worked it out. 50% off on your installation. We're going to send you the top-notch installation team we have. And I'll come out and I'll meet you personally. Get in my car. I went out there and I thanked her for another opportunity, another chance. And she got a 50% discount because she saw it. And we saved not as much, we're making money on the account now, but maybe she won't be talking trash about us in the neighborhood. Maybe she'll tell the story and say, but they handled it. For the gifts of imperfection research, when people describe themselves as calm or talked about other people describing them as calm, I asked a lot of questions. Did you think their calmness was a trait or a practice or both? Did maintaining calm feel like work or like a default setting? Did they see calm modeled when they were growing up? Do they remember where they learned calm from? First, whether calm is a practice or something more inherent, there are behaviors specific to cultivating and maintaining calm that include a lot of self-questioning. Calm's important, you guys. Calm in your home. Calm in your relationships. Calm is what your children see modeled. Calm is how you're going to react to a situation that has an emotional charge to it. What are you going to do in that moment? Are you going to dive in and play? Or are you going to mediate? Some of us are naturally not calm. Some of us naturally challenge ourselves to practice calm in emotional situations such as that. I considered it a personal challenge to save this lady's account and also teach my installer, don't do that again. I didn't lay it on real thick. The guy made a mistake. He wasn't thinking. He forgot to ask permission, and he forgot to close the door. It was a learning opportunity. He thought he was going to be fired. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. This lady saw it. So you're not going to lose your job. Let's make this a learning opportunity. I'm going to tell you guys, brag, dry brag, I was a good boss. I was a good boss. Every one of the installers, I knew them all by name, and 80%, 90% I gave a nickname. Men, working men like that, they like to have a little nickname. This guy's a really fast installer. Hey, Speedy Gonzalez. This guy's really sharp. Hey, Doc, you're really good. People like that. A personal recognition. And if they make a mistake, consider it a mistake. It's not the end of the world. Now, if 8 more phone calls came in about I saw it, I'd start to think this guy was deliberately letting people see something. But he wasn't. He was heartbroken to get kicked off the job. Calm is an intention. Do we want to infect people with more anxiety? Or do we want to heal people and ourselves by being calm? Which do we want? Calm is an intention. Well, I'm going to say that again. Do we want to infect people with more anxiety? I sure did that in a couple of fights with my ex-wife. I just infect her with more anxiety. She's already anxious as hell, so what am I going to do? I'm going to push the anxiety button. It was easier to be calm at work than in my home. I wish I knew some of the stuff now that I didn't know then. Do we match the pace of anxiety? Or do we slow things down and give everything a chance to breathe? Finally, do we have all the information we need to make a decision or form a response? Do we have to ask more questions? in a calm way. Calm is a practice rather than a trait. It's something you do, it's something you practice, it's something you can get better at. Let's practice it. Let's practice it at home, and let's practice it with people to get our blood up a little bit. Watch how good you can be at it. Especially if you're coming from a place of love. So do I have enough information to freak out? The answer is normally no. Will freaking out help? The answer is always no. Don't freaking out, okay? It's a good message. Be calm. Take 10 seconds before you respond. Run the words through your brain before you put them out there. Reread the text 4 times before you press send. Stay calm. You know the calmest things I know? Let me tell you the calmest thing I know. It's inside the tubs over at my grow house. Those little guys are in there, they're so calm. They're so content. They're being treated like rock stars in there. You're feeding me perfectly, you're giving me the right temperature, perfect humidity, the light's working great. Man, I am calm in here. I'm gonna make medicine for you. The calmest creatures on the planet are my mushrooms. And I learned from them. Herbie Von Worry Kebab, have a great birthday. I would tell you I'll send you something, but I just sent you something. So I think your package should arrive in the next day or two. All right? And there's a little extra something in there. So, but I didn't know it was your birthday. But happy birthday. And thank you, Herbie, and Derek, for doing the moderating here. We really, really appreciate you. The whole crew does. I know that. You guys are on top of it. And you handle things kindly and as gentlemen. And so thank you. Okay, Herbie, you did get it. Okay, good. Okay. Pop Croons, you want Pop Croons? Happy birthday to Herbie Worby Kebab. Happy birthday. From your Papa, happy birthday. All day long, happy birthday. I hope you like your birthday song. Happy birthday to Herbie Worby Kebab. Pop. Happy birthday, Free. I do anything Free tells me to do. Go have a great day, you guys. Especially Herbie. Thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. 4 things. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personal. Don't make assumptions. Even though Pops talked about one. And do your best. Those 4 things, if we're practicing them, man, are we on our way to a spiritual world? Okay? Are we growing our souls? Those 4 things, do your best. Have a great weekend. I cannot wait to see you guys Monday and tell you whatever stories come up over this weekend. Okay? Helping a friend move tomorrow. Rodman, Laura, have a divine weekend. Red Boy, I'm glad to see you. Free, I'm even glad to see you. I shouldn't say even glad. I'm very glad to see you. Joe D's. And Herbie and Billy D, and Zozo LSD and Red Boy, and Rodman and Billy D, and Jesus Christ in Australia, Marky Z, Derek Anderson, Mello, Kim Kimberly, International Kindness Ambassador. Jesus Christ, Mr. Phillips, HB, thank you for your kindness and generosity, HB. Thank you very much. I can't wait to try the Nutella. I'll tell you guys if I liked it. Herbie and Nippy. I know, Nip, wasn't it good to see Free? Jesse Tinsley is not a bop. I mean, a bot. Headbusters, Derek Anderson, Nippy, Captain Obvious, Shroom Digger, Cat Meowzilla, Red Boy, Vaggie, there she is, HB and Free. Herbie does deserve it. You're right. 100%. Carney the Carnivorous Carnivorton. Captain, I love her. Mushmouth, good morning, Mushy. Mr. Phillips, Shroom Digger, Aaron, Jesus Christ, Cyber Jolie. Sibes, like that girl. Trenty the Trenterson. Vague, I will. Calico Meow, Kitty Joe D's, Catzilla. Narwhal up, I love you. Free, have a great weekend. Michael Patterson, Sean T, my good friend. Jessie girl, still not feeling well, but we're thinking about you. Jesus Christ, see you, babe. Derek Anderson, Ghastly, it was nice to see you again, Gast. Captain Obvious, Nippy, PG, Pidgey, Page, Aaron, Jesus Christ, Jessie girl, Jimmy all the way to the max, B. Hendricks, and Joe D's. Pops, filled with gratitude, truly filled with gratitude. I want more. I want to be more grateful. And I want to practice the 4 agreements. And I want to give more. Be generous. Practice. Build bridges. Stay calm. Unless you get all excited like Pops. Stay calm. See you guys on Monday. Pops, peace out.